Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I'm so glad to have you guys back. This is today's look. This is one of my favorite looks to do. I wear this look. I've worn this look several times, but when I do wear eyeshadow looks, this is kind of like my go-to makeup look as far as my eyes go, because it's a simple, smoky, and it just makes you pop. I don't know. But this is like one of my favorite looks to do. Also today, I have, this video is going to be like so different from the rest. For one, my backdrop is different, and it's not over enough, and I was trying to go for a different look, which I actually like this look now that I'm finished with my makeup and everything. I think it's nice now, and I think the sun has turned from where when I was first filming, so now the lighting is different, so the lighting is actually better now too. So I don't know, I'm trying to figure out this whole lighting thing. I'm trying to figure out like what I like, you know, when it comes to this. So yeah, I hope you guys like the new little look as far as my backdrop and things. I'm gonna of course shift it a little over that way, and because you can see the white wall, and then you see the backdrop, so that's not supposed to be like that. But yeah, this is it, you guys, and stay tuned if you would like to see me do this look. So as you can see, I'm totally doing something so different, and maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. I'm not really sure if I like it. Yeah, I'm just trying to change up how I'm doing my lighting and stuff, and I just want a different look. As you can see, I don't have the bright pink background anymore, which is kind of washing me out now that I don't have something bright behind me, but it's all good. We're gonna figure it out. So let's jump right into it. I'm gonna start out by using Real Garb by Anastasia Beverly Hills from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going in that with just a regular fluffy blending brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna put that in my crease. Alright, next I'm going to go into the shade Red Ochre or something like that. Oh, I can't pronounce it, y'all, but it's this red shade right here. And on my lip is a pimple. It's a pimple, and I tried to pop it twice and it just left a black mark. So yeah, it looks terrible. Alright, so now I'm just putting that that second shade right below where I just put the first shade. And normally I would do a transition color, but I just jumped right in and started. And if I feel like my edges needed to be blended, I will go back in and blend them with a lighter shade or a lighter color. Now, as you guys know, I like to blend it up as high as I can, because a lot of my eyeshadows get lost when I look up or I look at you, directly at you, and it gets lost because I have meaty eyes, so it just kind of comes over it. So I do it higher up so that you can actually see my eye look. I'm going to go into this shade Venetian Red, also from the Modern Renaissance. I'm just going to put that all over my lid, and I'm just going to use a regular fluffy brush for this. Because it's really not going to matter how I apply it. And you do know that the Anastasia Beverly Hills kits normally have a lot of fallout, and I hate to say that, but they do. They have a lot of fallout, and the most recent palette that they just released, it had a ton of fallout. So yeah, and I actually don't like how that looks. Yeah, so I'm probably going to go into Love Letter, and I'm going to put that in as well. It's not really giving me the look that I want, so I'm going to go into my Naked palette, my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette.
And I'm going to go into this shade right here, Infugo. I'm going to go into that in Fuego, whichever go you want to do. I'm going to go into that shade and I'm going to put that right over top of what I just did. Now I'm going to go into the shade Low Blow from the Naked Heat palette. And it's this shade right here. It's a nice brown shade. And I'm going to use that right around where I put that first color, just to blend that out a bit. Alright, so I've already finished up my eyes. I'm going to go back to my eyes and do my under eyes after I finish my final finishes, put my final touches on my face. I'm going to be using, I'm going to use the Stay Matte by Rainbow London, their primer. I'm just going to put that all over my face. And I also will be doing the method where you put the setting powder on your face before you put your foundation too, because the foundation I'm using today is extremely heavy and I don't want any cakiness and I don't want any super oil fried chicken face today. Alright, so now I'm going to go into my Laura Mercier powder. And I was thinking about going into my MAC powder, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and stick with my Laura Mercier. Go with what I know. Because I've tried this the last time with you guys, and it did pretty good. It actually did okay. Alright, so I'm just going to take the flat end of my, you know what, I'm not going to even put it on with a sponge. I'm going to put it on with a brush. Okay, so I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush. Just going to put a little bit on the brush. Knock off the excess. Alright, I'm just going to pat that all over my face. Here. Now I'm going to go into my foundation. And the foundation I will be using for today will be the Black Opal True Color Stick Foundations. I'm going to use the shade Topaz, Truly Topaz, and I'm going to mix that with Nutmeg, I believe, just to see how that combination works, because this foundation is not an exact match for my skin tone, and on here I look super light, but in person I'm like actually like way more darker than what I look like right now. So yeah, you kind of can see with my shit. Just take my word for it. Alright, now I'm going to take, my Real Techniques flat kabuki brush, and I sprayed a little bit of the Make It Last spray on there just to, so it won't be super dry. It'll help blend it better, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend this all out. My mirror. To scratch that, I'm actually going to use my Real Techniques sponge because I don't like how that's coming along. Alright, so now that that is blended in as much as it's going to get, please excuse my hair, it's just... Alright, so now that we've done that, I'm going to go back into that same, well not the same, but Black Opal True Color foundation stick in the color Beautiful Bronze. And I'm just going to contour with that shade. And yeah, I've experienced a little resistance like
with that powder and this foundation together, I don't think that's gonna work. So I mean, I blended it out as best as I could and it looks decent, but I don't think I'm gonna be doing it again, not with this foundation anyways. All right, a little down here, and all right, so now I'm gonna go into my my concealer in the shade Fawn, and I'm gonna go ahead and conceal my under eyes. So please forgive me. I don't know how much of that got cut off, but my camera stopped recording, so yeah. So I just went in with my Rainbow London Match Perfection concealer in the shade 430 medium, and I like this foundation. I mean, I like this concealer because it has a yellow base to it, and I have a lot of yellow undertones in my skin, and I just love the looks it gives. Like, it's really, really nice, and it reminds me so much of the Pro Conceal by LA Girl. So I'm just gonna take that, and I'm also gonna take that same color down my nose, straight. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of that in the middle of my forehead as well. All right, and take it on my chin and right on my lip area. Cupid's bow. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for you guys. Alright, so now I'm going to go into my Laura Mercier powder, and I'm going to set my under eyes. And I'm just taking some of that and put it on the back of my arm. And I'm just rolling off any excess powder, because you don't want to be too cakey under your eyes. And the more product you use, the more creasing and things like that. And down my nose. Up my nose. Alright, so now I'm going to go into my MAC loose powder in the shade dark, and it's just a loose powder. I'm going to go into that, and I'm going to set the rest of my face. So I'm going to put it on the sponge, and I'm just going to put it everywhere besides the place that I put my contour. I'm just gonna dust that excess off and just blend it in and all that good stuff. And Black Opal is a very, very heavy foundation, so you will need to set it, like, for real. Like, you have to set this foundation, because if you do not, you're gonna be a grease ball, and that's never good. Alright, so now I'm gonna go into my contour kit by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It looks a mess, I don't care. Alright, and I'm going to use that same brush. I'm just going to go right here into this darker shade, the shade I always use, and I'm going to carve out my cheekbones and put me a nice little good old contour on my cheeks. Alright, so I set it down and then I just blend it up and back into my hairline. Ooh. I'm going to go back into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm going to go into the lightest of the darker shades, this shade right here. And I'm going to put that to contour my nose. And I like to start right here in the sunken areas of where my eyes are. As you know, you guys are kind of getting a feel for how I do things, so I'm sure you guys already kind of know where I'm going with this. Woo! I went a little heavy. Oh my God, I did too much. Alright. So I did too much in my nose area, and now I look like, I don't know what I look like. Alright, so now I'm going to go into my BH Cosmetics Duo Blush Palette. I'm going to go into this deeper shade right here on the end and pop that on my cheeks. Now I'm going to pop my highlight on, and of course I'm going to be using my go-to, my favorites, my always and forever Glow Getter. You already know by this point which one I'm going to use. I'm going to go into Glow Getter, and before I even do that, I'm just going to spray my face just to prepare it for the shine. Yes, honey, this face is beat. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips. Oh, before I do anything, I'm gonna go finish my under eyes, and I decided what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pop some mascara under my eyes and just take it from there. So let me go do all of that, and when I come back I will be finished. Alright you guys, so this is the final look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial today.